Yes, good afternoon. Sava here from Football Heritage TV. Are Spurs in an injury crisis? Crisis might be a bit of a stretch, but injuries are starting to pile up. And this was always going to be the issue of having a squad that is big but not full of quality. What am I talking about? First of all, welcome, smash the like, please subscribe, all of the boring admin bits. Here's the fire exits and all that kind of stuff. Let's have a look at this. Tottenham Hotspur. Now, the one that we're not sure about is reports are coming out again. This is the second time this season that Sonny might not play because of a groin injury and that he has been playing with a groin injury and might need to be rested. Now, very difficult to believe those reports when Sonny has also been called up to the South Korea national team to go and play in the game coming up against Vietnam. So is Sonny going to miss the game? Is this just news that he has been playing with a groin injury and continues to play with a groin injury and that at some point might need some time out and an operation? I don't know. I'm just surmising. I think he'll play. I'm just going to put that out there. That's some of the noises that we've been hearing. Now, when you look on from that, let's look at the players that we do know that were injured. Brian Hill, injured. Could he come back into the squad? Giovanni Lo Celso is injured. Rodrigo Bentancur, we all know the situation. He's still recovering from that 9-month injury, back in training, but we're led to believe it's not full contact training. So he's just putting his through his paces, a bit of running, a bit of stretching. Then we look at the fresh injuries. Ivan Perisic, we know that he's going to miss the season because of his ACL as well. So we're losing that experience, that crossing ability, someone to come off the bench and change the game and put those crosses in like he does for Richarlison's head. Then you look at it and say Solomon. Solomon is out now for between 2 to 3 months. So we're looking at anywhere between 10 to 14 weeks for Solomon to be injured. Another one of our players, quick, nippy winger, got a couple of assists against Burnley. Dangerous. He's not going to play. Brennan Johnson, we're led to believe now that the hamstring injury is worse than first feared and that he won't be playing for Spurs this weekend and will not be joining up with Wales for international duty. That's 7 players I've just mentioned there. That's 7 players. When you add to that James Maddison has been playing with a knock as well, that Basuma is 1 yellow card away from a suspension, this is squeaky bum time as far as the squad depth goes. Now, all in all, you look at it and go, well, it's Luton. That's what people have done this morning. It's Luton Town. We're going to win 5-0. Don't you worry. I heard this against Sheffield United. It's Sheffield United. We're going to win 5-0, 5-1, 6-0, 4-0. Struggled with that. Now, I'm not saying we're going to struggle. I'm not saying we won't beat Luton. But what does that leave us with options-wise up top? So you've got Richarlison. Now, Richarlison can play on the left and can play up front. You've got Kulusevski. Now, if Sonny is injured, there's a big if. Does that mean Richarlison goes into the middle? Or does he stay out wide? Could Valise go into the middle with Richarlison out wide? Could Kulusevski come over to the left with Richarlison up top? Pedro Porro to right wing with Emerson Royal at right back? I don't know. These are just theories I'm throwing out there. Me personally, I'll be brutally honest. I have a feeling that the front three we will see against Luton Town will be the same front three that played against Liverpool. I think it will be Richarlison from the left. It will be Sonny through the middle and it will be Kulu from the right. Now, if that does happen, Spurs have to find a way to get Sonny into the game because teams that sit back and play the low block, we struggle to get him involved. Nothing to do with his ability. It's all to do with the way we play and his skill set. When we've had games, Liverpool, Arsenal, Burnley, this is where the man has got his goals. All 3 of those teams come out and play. When we've played with teams that don't come out and play, Sonny hasn't been involved in the goals. Now, I'm not knocking Sonny here. This is Tottenham's job to get him into the game, get him involved in the game. Can we make that happen? Now, I've said here the youth players have to step up. Could we see Jamie Donnelly, who's been scoring goals for fun for the youth team, could we see him coming in? He's well liked. He's well respected. Lots of lots of the academy coaches and the coaches at Spurs talk about him in glowing reference. Could we see him make his step up to the first team? Is it too early for him? Could he play? We don't know until they get thrown in sometimes. Sometimes they're just not ready. You have to accept that. But look at Harry Kane. And no, I'm not saying that Donnelly is like Kane. What I'm saying is there was a time where we didn't know Harry Kane. Tim Sherwood gave him his debut and the rest is history. Could that happen with a Donnelly? With a Santiago who's getting rave reviews for his performances? I don't know. Young players come in, they can flop, they can thrive. Some are fearless, some are fearful. It can break confidence, it can make confidence. So it's always that kind of tight edge, isn't it? It's that kind of do we, don't we type scenario. But we won't know until they play. Valise, does Valise go in? Now, we saw Valise make his debut for Spurs at the weekend, just a 5 or 6 minute cameo at the end of the Liverpool game. So we didn't really get to see him. But does he play? Can he come on? Can he have an impact? My worry is that both Richarlison and Valise thrive off of crosses. Have we got anyone that can put those balls into the box? I'm not so sure. I'm not saying we can't, but I don't know if we can. So there's lots of food for thought here. Now, here is what I'll say. The last thing I've said is that reinforcements are needed. I don't think this is a new thing. I don't think this is something that any of us are going to say now because of some injuries. I think we all knew that reinforcements were needed. We are lightweight up top. For me, you got Sonny up here, Shuin, captain, top goal scorer. All of the others for me are down here, somewhere here. Whether that's Kulu, Solomon, Richarlison, Brennan Johnson. For me, all massively below that level, and I'm not sure what the best two are at this stage. So for me, only my opinion, we've got to get some reinforcements up top. We've got to get some more quality in there. Now, yeah, maybe sound a bit harsh because Brennan Johnson's only played half a game for Spurs so far. But is he the top player you need? Is Kulu? Is Solomon? Is Richarlison? Or are we playing with Sonny and then two others? Does that open the door for a Donnelly or Santiago? I don't know. But for me, we desperately need, I think we need a winger that can beat his man, that's got a bit of pace, a bit of composure. I also think we need another forward for when Son is out. That's just my opinion. If we're going to talk about doing things, you're talking about winning cups, challenging Champions League places, you need options. For me, I think we're a bit thin on the ground. Having said that, I do think we should overcome Luton Town. Luton, who have managed one win this season, which was last week away at Goodison Park, then went to their home game and lost to Burnley. So Luton so far this season, they've lost to Burnley at home, drawn with Wolves at home and lost to West Ham at home. They've conceded 14 goals already this season in 7 games as well. So they do concede an average of 2 a game, and we score 2 to 3 goals a game. So I would like to think we're going to win. I don't think it's going to be the cakewalk that everyone else thinks it's going to be. I think we're getting to that stage where a lot of people think now, because we're flying high, you're going to turn up and win 4-5-0. Now, do I want to be wrong on that? Of course I do. I'd love to go there and see 4, 5, 6 goals. I just think they're going to sit back. They're not going to give us a lot of space in between. And I think it's going to be another game where we prod and we probe. I can see us having 70, 75% of the football. But can we open them up? Can someone other than James Maddison this time find the probing pass? I'm not saying Maddison can't, but if Maddison's not managing to find those gaps, can anybody else? Can we get in behind them? It's going to be a good game. It should be a good battle. And we could be and should be top of the table before the 3 o'clock kickoffs on Saturday afternoon. So listen, that's been me. Please like, please subscribe. We're only a few away from 11,500 now. Also, please continue to vote for me for the Football Content Awards for Best Content, Best New Content Creator. I'll put the link in the chat. Please vote. Let me know your thoughts. Lots of talking points there. Injuries, the depth, the quality of depth, and do the youth deserve a chance? Plus, what reinforcements are going to be needed in the next few windows. Let me know. I'll speak to you soon. As always, come on, you Spurs.